and welcome back to the Financial Freedom Fairy. Today, as I budget, I am going to talk to you about groceries. Our grocery bill has gone through the roof, as I'm sure yours has too. And I want to tell you about the ways our big family, we have a family of 8 with 6 littles, how we are staying on top of the budget with the groceries, and some of my favorite tips I want to share with you today. So make sure you follow along as I budget the next 2 weeks. I'm going to be talking about all of these grocery tips. Today we're going to do the budget. Then we are going to plan out my sinking funds and see how much cash I'll need and what denominations. And like I said, we're going to talk a lot about how to save on groceries, because just like you, my grocery bill is outrageous at $1,000 a month. So every 2 weeks, we need $500. So that goes there. But we need to start with the incomes. This is for, let's see, the July 17th pay period. July 17th is our first payday. And our second payday is 2 days later on the 19th. And this one is going to be a little bit bigger than usual because my husband was required to come in on his day off, and so he earned a bunch of overtime, which was like kind of nice, but we probably would have rather had him home with the kids, so we were a little sad about that. So $23.50 for that payday, and then the other one, the other check will be $8.52. So that together will be 11 and 12, and oh my goodness, over the I added it up in the wrong spot, sorry. So the total is $3,202. And let's look over here at my goals. I'm pretty happy with this. I am only worried because I know the next few paychecks won't be this high. So we're going to be going back down into some low income weeks coming up. But it's exciting that this one is, and I can really beef up my cash savings on this paycheck, including, of course, my all-important emergency fund, which has been my number one priority now that we are debt free. So I learned that getting out of debt is not just the end game. You can get out of debt and then get right back into it really easily. Like, see a fancy piece of furniture that would just be so much more affordable and doable if it was just financed. So I want to every single paycheck be checking in that I'm remembering to stay debt free. So this 2 weeks, did I stay debt free? Yes, thank goodness. I did not have any late fees or charges. I am so happy that I'm keeping that strong, because that is really a money sucker. It might as well be, it's like worse than debt. You don't even get anything for it. It's horrible. Anyway, avoiding that like the plague, as well as debt, because it's just any kind of money that I'm never going to see anything from it. I'm trying to avoid altogether. Emergency fund has $300 because last week I gave it $100. And then did I save 10% last time? No, I actually didn't, because the mortgage was due and we were only able to save, I think it was I'm going to do the math real quick. So, frowny face. And I'll put a little, we only saved 5%. At least we saved something. I am really happy that I went back and made sure to get that 100 in the emergency fund, because I'm trying to do that every single payday, even if nothing else. That's the only savings. Okay, our home. So the mortgage is due on the 1st, but this is, if you've been following along and seen my other videos, you'll know that one of my main points I wanted to do soon was pay with each, we get paid every 2 weeks. So with each paycheck, go ahead and put aside what we we'll need for the mortgage. So 900 is half of our mortgage. So I'm going to put that into my savings account. So we'll be ready to go when the time comes. After one more paycheck, we'll have the full 1,800, and that's before it's due. So that's how I'm doing the mortgage, which is our only debt. Okay, other fixed expenses. So over here, this is when I went through my bill due dates. And if you look at this section, this is what's going to be paid on this paycheck. See, this is the 17th. These are when these bills are due: water, electricity, car insurance, and phones. And it totals to $511. So that's easy. I already kind of did the math. So the fixed bills that are just, almost all of those, I believe, are on auto pay. I don't think electricity is. Oh, and water, I already actually scheduled the water because the bill came. So I know it will be going out that day. Wait. Actually, I think it went out of this check. Oh, well. I'm still going to have a 511 either way. This is going to be a more comfy paycheck than the last one, thankfully. That was a little hard with my no spend challenge and everything. Okay, so that is just like bills, utilities. It is subscriptions too. It's just all of it. So, and I'm just going to have that there on the 17th, and it will stay in my checking account till it either automatically goes out or I pay that bill. So this will be in my main savings account, the $900 for the home, and this will be in my main checking account. This is all in the same bank, which is where the paychecks are deposited. So all of this will just be staying in that bank. Okay, so that is 1411, right? Yeah. 1411 is just gone before. That's why I really want to pay off that mortgage. Oh man. Ooh. Oh man, once you start paying off your debt and seeing how nice it is to not have these payments, it just makes you want to keep going. Now I want to attack that home, but not yet. I'm waiting. I'm going in the order. Baby steps order. Ramsey Solutions. Okay. Back to our variable expenses over here. So we're doing $500 for the groceries and restaurants. I have been really working on my restaurants addiction, basically. When I was pregnant, I had such wild cravings, and I just always wanted to feed my body, and I just got into these habits, and restaurants just became a very regular thing. And now that we're feeding 8 in the family, it's just not really possible anymore. So $150 is what I do every 2 weeks. That's $300 a month. That's what I've justified, that I can still enjoy a few little meals at a restaurant or delivery or whatever, but not feel like, I just ate all that money and now it's gone forever and I wish I had I wish I would have invested it, right? Okay. So I'm not going to have any regrets on restaurants if I'm only spending that amount. Just curious. I want to see what percent that is on restaurants. So $150 out of our total $32.02. That's less than 5%. So that makes me feel a little better. Okay, so that's pretty much our main variable expenses. I know we're going to be possibly doing some outings with the kids, but I'm going to put that in our savings envelopes as like a sinking fund that we're saving up for. And then we can just grab the cash when we're actually going on the outing. So Yeah, I think that's all I have to think about for our variables. And so I told you about these two or where these are going as far as my accounts. If you're curious, this is just the way I do it. I'm sure it's not perfect, but it keeps me a little more organized financially to go ahead and have these two in one bank altogether. And these are auto payments. And then my variable expenses, I have a whole separate bank with a checking and savings. And I never ever put anything auto coming out of this account. This is my protected account. I always know I had to swipe a card or go to an ATM if money comes out of that. So no surprises here. So that's why I use it for variables, so I can just check in and I know like, oh, but like Netflix was supposed to go out, but I spent that money at the grocery store. So, or, I don't go to grocery stores, so you know what I mean, the delivery groceries. Okay. Oh my gosh, I just realized I need to talk about some groceries. Okay, so one of my first tips, if you have just started really trying to get on track and on board with your groceries, one thing I really recommend and I started is getting all of these items in bulk: rice, coffee, and bacon. If you eat bacon or if you drink coffee, those three products have saved us so much money by just having them ordered and then never having to think about them for months. So I think we get the ground coffee from Costco, we get the rice from Costco, and the fully cooked bacon from Costco, and that works really, really well. Okay, and my number 2 thing is to not go to the grocery store too many times a week. Like, I know people say, well, I want the produce to be really fresh, and okay, just go get some produce if that's really you. But, frozen produce is pretty good for like the end of the week. So I just really, ever since I started shopping only on a certain day of the week, I mean, my kids will go through the snacks and I could replenish them every single day if I wasn't careful with what we do. So I make sure to get a healthy amount of snacks that I know should last a whole week, and meals, and the meals are all planned out. I didn't say that yet, but meal planning is number one important thing to saving on groceries. Plan out every dinner. If you haven't started meal planning, at least just start with the dinners. You will be so thankful and see how much money you saved. Okay, so back to the budget. We are going to fill in the summary next. So our income, 3,202 minus the fixed expenses were 1,411 minus the variable expenses were $650. Oops, oh my gosh. I also forgot to say over here with my account, so this is in a whole separate bank account that never has auto withdrawals or bills or anything. This is just own separate thing. And the groceries actually go in the checking account, that grocery budget. So I'll put $500 in for the groceries, and then I'll put $150 in the savings account for the restaurants. And that means when I go to a restaurant, as soon as I get the total and they swipe it, I go into that bank accounts app and I transfer from my savings to my checking, just so that's done. Maybe that sounds complicated, but like I said, I'm working on eating at way too many restaurants way too frequently. So that is the way I'm holding myself accountable there. Now I'm gonna see what I have left for the fun part, the cash savings, which if you watched last time, all I had was $50, and I actually took $50 from another category from the past and put that $100 in emergency, and that was it. So I'm gonna have much more than 100 this time. I'm so excited. Let's see what we have. So 3202 minus 1411 minus 650 equals, ooh, that's exciting, $1,141. Woo! Okay, so if you watched me last time, you remember that I was saying that I'm going with gazelle intensity, like Ramsey says you should if you are only on baby step 1, which I'm in a weird place. I did baby step 2 to get out of debt first. And then now I'm going backwards for baby step 1. So my first and foremost is the emergency fund. And we're going to do, I'm still going to do the 100. I know you're going to be like, oh, you should just put it all in there and be done with the emergency fund. But if I keep saving fun by putting it on all these fun categories, like getting plants or getting a pedicure or going on date night, things that I really do value, I'm more likely to stick with it. So I still think this will get me up to 400 for my emergency fund. That still feels so much better. And so I don't think I'm too worried. I'm going to keep it at 100. And look how much that leaves me. It leaves me $1,000 for all of my other sinking funds. How exciting. You know why it's so much? Because there's no debt. There's no debt anymore. Oh, it's so awesome. Okay, so I know coming up on the radar, there's some cat expenses. And so I'm going to give them 200. Just in case I think I'm going to have to schedule an appointment for them soon. So those are my two, like, being responsible. And I'll go through in my sinking fund plan all the categories, but these are the ones I'm going to, like, prioritize and subtract first off the list. Okay, keep going. Emergency cats. I am going to start prioritizing Hawaii a little bit higher up. So cleaning, let's talk about cleaners for a second, okay? I have never, as a mom of 6 littles, I've never had cleaners except for 1 year. 1 year we did have cleaners, and they came 2 times a month, and then we cut it down to 1 time a month, and then we did stop altogether because we were like, you know what, we just really can't afford that right now. So it wasn't wise. I was getting my house together. The year that we had the cleaners coming, I wasn't doing any of the detailed cleaning, so I basically focused on decluttering for an entire year. That same year we had cleaners coming, and that's why I was so busy working so hard to remodel our house and declutter it like crazy to make more room for the people in our home and the belongings we really care about. So yeah, I made that hard decision, and we let the cleaning helpers go. We call them the cleaning helpers. And so we were spending $220 a month on these cleaning helpers. So when I got the courage to say, okay, I'm ready to let the cleaning helpers go, I'm ready to take back on cleaning the toilets, doing the deep cleaning, doing the floors really good, doing the dusting, all the things that they had kind of taken off my plate. Even when you have 8 people in the family, you have to clean all the time, even if you have cleaning help. So it was basically going from doing like 60% of the cleaning back to 100%. It's not like I wasn't cleaning. I was cleaning all the time anyway. So what I decided was, let's keep that money in our pocket, and how about instead we save it for a whole year. I did the math. 220 times a whole year of saving, that would be $2,640. And I think that would be enough for my husband and I to go alone to Hawaii. And that's what I really want to do. Ever since we became a couple, we've had a dream to go to Hawaii together. And we just started having these kids, and life got busy, and his job was very rigid about time off, and we just never really had a chance. So Hawaii's been, I think I've told you before, Hawaii's been like this pipe dream that I feel like is just never going to happen. But I want to start putting money in our Hawaii fund and do our sinking fund, which is an envelope. Okay, so here's my fund binder, and that's where I have the Hawaii, which I just like 1 month ago, added $20. So that's the amount I have ready to go to Hawaii. Haha, right? So anyway, Hawaii is becoming more of a priority to me because it's like this big dream. I know I have the dream to get out of, stay out of debt and to have our finances under control. But if we can save up enough cash over a period of time, I think for our 10-year anniversary, as a special treat, we should be going to Hawaii. We should, but we would love to, I should say. We would love to go to Hawaii for our 10-year wedding anniversary. So, Hawaii. So here's my deal. Because I was paying $110 every 2 weeks for cleaning helpers, that's going to be my amount to Hawaii. So I'm literally trading my cleaning helpers. I'm doing the work to clean my own house so that we can have the chance to go to Hawaii instead. I don't know. I'm excited about it. Let's see how it goes. I feel like it could add up really fast, actually. And then I'll see, wow, that's where that whole year of $2,640 to cleaning helpers went. Yeah. Okay, so $110. And then let me just look through my responsible binder real quick. Make sure I don't have any other big responsibilities. Talked about the cats. Oh yeah, Christmas. I definitely want to do Christmas. Okay, Christmas I'm going to put on there because it'll sneak up on me if I'm not careful. And it's a big one for us. With a family of 8, we like to make sure the kids have a great Christmas. So this time I'll make sure I do 100. And it's going to get down. There's going to be this much actually that I get out of the bank and cash funding, but I'm going to move over to my sinking fund plan next because I have more space. So I'll just do the math real quick. Okay, so 3, 4, 5. $510 just on these top categories. And then I'll have a bit left over, about $600 more left over for my other ones. So here's the sinking fund plan. And what I'm going to do, and I'll speed this up so you don't have to watch me do it slowly, but I'm just going to go through every category and write them in order, my categories, so then when I cash stuff, it will be just smooth and easy peasy, ready to go. Okay, so kids, pet, if I get new binders or anything to do with this channel, I'm going to have very expenses. Hubby. Oops, I better move this so you can see. Hubby. Very expensive. Here's my other new one, party time. We like to host parties mostly for our neighbors, but friends and family too. And we just like to make it really fun and where people come over and just have a great time. And so I want to have some savings up. I want to save some up for parties. Okay. And then giveaways. I'm so excited about my new category for you guys to be doing giveaways. I'm so excited at how many subscribers I've gotten recently. Thank you if you recently subscribed. I totally appreciate it, and I'm so excited to be part of the cash stuffing community. And my first giveaway I know is going to be $35, and that's to represent overdraft fees are $35 because I want everyone to be always thinking about $35 is actually what $35 can actually get you. $35 is a lot to have as an overdraft fee. So it's going to be $35 in the form of an Amazon gift card. It's going to be a special cash stuffing wallet that I'm excited about. And it will be, the third item will be a calculator. Whatever calculator you guys picked. Do you remember on this? I don't know if you saw the second video I did, but I had these 3 calculators and I was hoping you could vote on them so I could figure out when I get up to 100 subscribers, I'm going to buy myself the calculator and do it as part of the giveaway for 100 subscribers. So if you want to be part of that, make sure you subscribe, and thank you again so much for being here. All right, let's get down to the plan, the cash planning. I'm so excited. Look at all these categories. They fit. How great. And I even got the hubby on there, even though he still needs a new dashboard and envelope. I can get him going. Okay, so I'm going to look at my budget real quick because I had those priorities. There was $110 for Hawaii. There was $100 for Christmas. There was $100 for emergency, $50 for gifts for my sister, and I wonder what I'll get her. Any suggestions what to give my sister? She's like, just like a normal person who's in her 30s. Any ideas? Let me know. I do not know what to give her. Okay. I'll think about it. I'll let you guys know when I decide. But it's going to be about $50. Okay, what is next? So 50, oh yeah. We need to do more outings with the kids this summer. So last time I put 60, and that was a pretty good amount. I'm gonna double it and do 120 this time. So that's $20 per kid. Oh, and the pets, yep, I had 200 there. And these, I think, are my biggest priorities this time around. Let me just really quickly go down the list. Date night. I do want to beef up date night. I'll put something in there. I'm not sure what yet. Ferry expenses. Oh, yeah, I'm getting so excited about all this stuff for the ferry expenses. I'll put 30 in that. Let me go back. Date night, I'll put 30 in that too. Oh gosh, I need to start doing the math so I don't go over. Oh, and I'm going to need a lot we're having a big party soon. So I need to put, I would say like 200 in our party time. I waited way too long to save up for that. Oh, and giveaways, I said $35. I want to give that away as an overdraft amount to remind everyone not to get overdraft fees. $35 is a lot. Don't do it. Okay. Now I'm going to go through and start working on this math. Here we go. So we have 1141 minus 120 minus 200 minus 100. It's going to go fast. I might not have anything left. That's okay. These are great. 100, I'm on here, minus 110 minus 50 minus 30, minus 30 again, minus 200, minus 35. Oh my gosh, I only have 166 left to fit into these other categories. So let me see what I'm not doing. I will not be doing IRA. I'm going to do 20 for coffee. That's plenty. None of these. Oh, vacation. Ooh. Yeah, I should probably do summer vacation. Personal care plants. I'm not going to do any in plants. It's a little hot right now. I'm not going to get any new plants this time. Hubby. Oh yeah, hubby wants them. I'm not going to forget about him. I wonder how much that wall petal thing is that he wants. I bet it's like 100. Oh gosh. Okay, well I better start. Oh God, what did I write down? Let's see. Coffee. Okay, so minus 20 for the coffee. Did I write another thing? I don't think so. I just did that. Okay, so I want to do like 6 for the car. I don't like giving money to that, but I just feel like I have to. See, it's in my responsible one. I have to have something in all these. This is $6. Okay, and then there's 140 left. I want to give hubby 40. Okay, now there's 100 left. I'm going to skip hiking and clothes. I don't really need to add to that. I'm going to skip, even though I need a haircut pretty badly, I'm going to skip that. And what did I do for date night? 30. Okay. I'm just going to put, I still haven't done anything for personal care. I think I have 40 in there. So I'll just do 10. So that makes it nice. Minus 10. Minus 90 left. I guess that out of process of elimination goes to our new starting vacation. I guess we have 20 in there still. But our beefing up our vacation fund again. Cool. So there we go. Now I get to go. I'm going to go through and do all the denominations. So for the kids, okay, let's see here. I'm going to get 6 20s, 2 100s, 1 100, 5 and a 1, 100, nothing. Let's do 2 10s actually. Oops, 2 10s for coffee. Nothing, nothing. Hawaii will do a 100 and a 10. Hair, nothing. Vacation, let's do a 50 and 2 20s. Gifts, we'll do 150. Personal care, we'll do, oh yeah, just a 10. Date night, we'll do a 20 and a 10. Plants, nothing. Very expensive, 20 and 10. Hubby, 2 20s. Party time, 2 100s. Giveaways, a 20, a 30, and a 5. Woohoo! Now I'm going to add them all up. Oh, look at this. How perfect. Total. So 100s. 2 1 1 1 1 1 7. 7 $100 bills. Ooh, that's going to be fun. Okay, 2 50s. You know what I might do? I think I want to make my emergency fund more fun to do. So I might do a savings challenge with that 100 and break it down. So just watch out for that next video. I'm not sure yet. Okay, so 20, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Tens, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5s, 2, and 1, 1. What? Look at that. So now, I'm just going to write it right here. I'm going to do $1 bill for $1. 2 5s for $10. 7 10s for $70. Whoops. Let's not turn that on you. How many 20s? Oh, 13 20s. Oh gosh, that's embarrassing. 13 times 20. That's a lot. $260. 50s. 2 for $100. And 7 100s for $700. Great. Okay. So I'm going to make sure that matches my $11.41 from my budget. So we have 1 plus 10 plus 70 plus 260 plus 100 plus 700. 11.41, that's right. 11.41. Oh, and how many bills? 22, 29, 30, 31, 32 bills. So I am ready to go. I'm going to leave that there. I'm ready to go to the bank and get my cash for my next cash stuffing video, and I'll see you there. Thanks so much for watching the Financial Freedom Fairy. Stick around. Make sure you are staying tuned so you can see when that giveaway comes up when I get 100 subscribers. And I'll see you next week. Bye. I use this all out of list to keep track of which groceries we're out of, which groceries we're out of, and it has a magnet so it just sticks on the fridge, and whenever we run out of something we just go mark it off. And on grocery day or household supplies day, I just get it out. It's just a really easy way to keep the groceries. It's such a good idea when you're making your meal plan to shop the pantry and come up with your meal plan based on what you already have in your pantry and what you already have in your freezer, and go from there. So you have to get as few ingredients to still be able to make some really good meals for the week. Another tip, if you're a meat eating family, start with the meat. Go for the meat on sale. Look what's happening that particular week, and then plan your meals around what's on sale. It's a great way to get by when you're just like really hunkered down and trying to scrimp and save every little bit you can. Another tip we do regarding meat is we do eat meat in our family, mostly white meat and seafood. But once a week, we make sure to not have any meat at all. We just do a beans meal or a cheese meal or quesadillas or something like that. And it works out great, and we really save money by just doing one meal a week without meat, or one dinner. We do tofu sometimes, eggs. Sometimes we'll do like breakfast for dinner. We have pancakes and eggs. So those are some great things. Oh, one breakfast for dinner that we love right now is French toast. Check out this griddle we got for our French toast. It's so awesome. It just like makes so many all at once. And French toast is just like a really affordable meal if you make it at home. We use the Fetch app for the receipts and we'll get cashbacks and rewards on the Fetch app, and I did link my code below if you're interested. You could get some points and I get some points for that if you're interested in trying out Fetch. I really recommend it. It's so easy. All you do is take pictures of receipts, and if you get something online, It even will automatically update your online purchases either through Instacart or Walmart or Amazon. So it's really just like easier than it can be, and they just give you rewards back for it. Meal planning the dinners, like I said, start with dinners. If you can go do more than that and do breakfast too, that's even better. Another app you might be interested in that I've tried but I don't use all the time, but it's a price comparison app, the Flip app for groceries, and you just it just tells you what deals are happening in the grocery stores if you're interested. One thing I want to be careful about though is that I don't like when you look for deals and then it gives you ideas of more things to buy than you would have even thought of, which of course is exactly what the advertisers want you to do. So I don't know if I totally recommend doing Flip if that's you. So just be careful about that one. Eat leftovers. Make a simple recipe from scratch. I've been really working on not buying pre-made desserts, but making desserts from scratch. They're so much better. Like peanut butter cookies, for example, we love. You get like 30 or more peanut butter cookies, way more than enough to have 2 each for our kiddos. And it's just like so much more affordable. You get so many more, taste better, more healthy, better ingredients. So that's one thing. Another thing, using leftovers, taking along a picnic or taking along a cooler of drinks. We've been really fans of, if we're going on a day trip, we eat in the car on the way. We just pack up a whole bunch of sandwiches. Everyone just gets their sandwiches when we're about 30 minutes away from the event, from the place we're going. And yeah, that works out really well. It saves us so much money from shopping for fast food. And it saves us time because it takes a lot of time to like wait in the line and go through and then pass out all the food. And this way I'm just like, okay, here's a sandwich, everybody. And we just, yeah, it makes them a lot more like calm on the last leg of the trip too, which is like a little bonus. All right, I think that is all for today. Those are all the grocery tips I have for you. So this is going to be linked below. So this will be linked below, and I'll have some other things that I recommend linked below, as well as some other videos for you to check out if you want to see some of my past cash stuffing videos